Hello, and thank you for watching this regional forecast update for the Canadian Prairie. I'm Andrew Pritchard, Senior Meteorologist with Nutrien Ag Solutions. Well, slowly the door is closing on this extended period of quiet and warm weather, and by extended, I mean 3 to 5 days, and I didn't even let you enjoy it because the whole time I was nagging you about this impending winter storm that is knocking on our doorsteps now. Temperatures in the single digits, warming above freezing across much of the prairie this morning. And as we take a look at the satellite picture, you can see this big trough spinning off the Pacific Northwest coast. Strong jet stream support out ahead of that. Strong upper level divergence. A lot of upward vertical motion on its way toward the Canadian prairie. So some light snow already falling across southern portions of Alberta here, and this precipitation is going to continue to be light in nature over the next 18 to 24 hours before really ramping up as we head into Saturday morning. We're going to jump straight to it and look at the NAM model here and what it's portraying as we head through the weekend. And again, we could see some showers, maybe some snowflakes across southern Alberta as we head through the day today. A lot of that probably not actually making its way down to the ground. A lot of dry air in place that will have to slowly erode with some moisture as this trough begins to lift across the region. But by the time the sun comes up on Saturday morning, likely looking at some snow spreading across southern Alberta into southwestern, maybe west central portions of Saskatchewan, and then it's just going to ramp up from there. We'll take this into Saturday. This is noon Saturday afternoon. As the sun goes down on Saturday evening, snow likely across central and southern Alberta, across portions of central Saskatchewan. We'll bring more moisture in here as we head into Sunday and Monday and just continue to keep the pedal down here. Whoops, didn't mean to click ahead so quickly. Let's go ahead and jump back to where we were, which was the sun setting on Saturday, now heading through Saturday night. All along at this point, we're going to have pretty strong southerly flow out ahead of this storm system. So off to the east, across portions of southern Manitoba, you're going to stay in the warm sector of this. So even through Saturday night, likely keeping precipitation liquid in nature. We'll take this into now Sunday morning as the sun comes up. Snow from southern Alberta all the way into southern Saskatchewan. Mixed precipitation across southern Manitoba. And now this is when the heaviest snow rates actually work their way in as the main upper level disturbance moves through. It's on the Sunday that this happens. So snow ramps up across southwestern portions of Alberta, across southern portions of Saskatchewan. Although, let me take my drawings off and draw some new drawings. This is where I'm thinking it's going to be kind of a mixed bag. So as you get further off to the southeast, the Weyburn area, over toward Brandon, this is where we're going to be doing kind of a mixed bag, maybe some sleet, a mix of freezing rain, a mix of some snowflakes within that, and we're going to really struggle to accumulate the snow. So there will likely be a very sharp cutoff somewhere in this line between significant snow accumulations, a wintry mix, and then no snow accumulations very quickly on the back side here, at least with the initial passage of this storm system. So let me go back. Let's take this through one more time. So going through the day today, likely dry. Getting into the overnight, maybe some snowflakes across southern Alberta. Getting into Saturday morning, snow overspreads much more of central and southern Alberta, starts spreading into the Highway 16 corridor of central Saskatchewan. Saturday, sunset, late afternoon into the evening. Snow continuing across central and southern Alberta, still going across central Saskatchewan, probably on the dry side across southern Saskatchewan. Some dry air, warm air advection still feeding into that area. We really start to bring the moisture in as we get into Saturday night and Sunday. So overnight Saturday, this is Saturday night into Sunday morning, light snow possible across this entire area. But then as we get into Sunday during the day, snow becomes heavy once again across southern Alberta into southern Saskatchewan. But again, question marks as you get further to the east. Southeastern Saskatchewan, that's where it's going to be more of a mixed bag until cool air comes in on the backside. And then certainly as we go through the day on Monday, it's possible light snow could continue across southeastern Saskatchewan. And then maybe a few snowflakes making their way into the Brandon and Winnipeg area as this thing starts to pull away. Now, straight from the NAM model, this is not exactly how it's going to happen, but the models have become quite consistent and are starting to hone in on a corridor here where the heaviest snow is expected. And that is something like this. I'll actually compare this with the European model here in just a moment. But again, the heaviest snow from southern Alberta into kind of southwestern and then east central Saskatchewan. So Saskatoon, Regina, you're both included in the area here where I think you're talking about anywhere from 15 to 30 centimeters of snow. Higher in the very central portion of this corridor, that's where we could talk about 30 to maybe 40 centimeters on the high end before this thing is all said and done. As you get up toward Edmonton, you're trailing off a bit. I still think you'll probably see some accumulating snow in that area, probably more like 5 to maybe 15 centimeters of snow. And then this corridor goes off north of the Prairie as we get into central Manitoba. So here's where I'm talking about, certainly Winnipeg over toward Brandon, and then maybe as far as the Weyburn area in southeastern Saskatchewan. Leave a comment in the comment section if I'm butchering the pronunciation there in Weyburn. Weyburn? I apologize. But you're right on the cusp there, and that's where, again, I think it's even going to be a sharper cutoff than the model is allowing here. So now let me put the NAM next to the European model. European is on the right, the NAM on the left. And look at that. That is just remarkable agreement with our snow swath. Not only that, but the little northern tongue here going up into the Edmonton area, bringing maybe 5 to 15 centimeters. But really hugging the U.S. And Alberta border with the heaviest snow totals across central and southern portions of Saskatchewan. And again, Saskatoon, Regina, I think you're talking about some of the higher snow totals. But then as you get northwest of Saskatoon, southeast of Regina, it's likely going to start to trail off quite a bit. Now here's the upper level pattern that's driving all this. I've given you the goods, so we'll go quickly through the jet stream pattern driving it. Again, here's the first wave that comes around to the base of that trough, and instead of kind of ejecting, west to east, it's deflected over the top of that ridge in the central United States, and that's why it lifts so much to the north, bringing that snow through Montana into the Canadian Prairie. We then see subsequent waves come around the base of that trough, and each one takes a slightly further south trajectory, helping us really deepen that trough as we get into the early part of next week, and that's going to shift those temperatures downward across the Prairie. So again, as we get to the other side of this big system, the one that brings all of the snow through the weekend, we're going to have a couple opportunities for snow flurries lingering into next week across the Prairie provinces. We'll take a look at that here with the European operational models to take it a little bit deeper. So here we go. Back to Friday. Again, likely dry in many areas. A lot of dry air in the lower levels. So even though the radar is showing some precipitation in southern Alberta and the models are advertising some, it may not make it all the way down to the ground, especially in the ag areas of southern Alberta. That's going to change as we head into the overnight, though, and as we get into Saturday morning, snow should begin falling in the Calgary area up toward Edmonton, all the way down to Medicine Hat, off and on at least. Picking up in intensity, especially in Medicine Hat, as we get into the later part of the day on Saturday. Now, Saturday night, look at this, I'm going detailed again. I just did this for you. I'm sorry, I'm really laboring on this storm, but it is what we've got to talk about, and we have been watching this for days now. So snow really ramps up Saturday night into Sunday. The worst of the storm is going to be on Sunday into Sunday night. Tightly packed isobars. That means strong winds coming around the backside of this. So full-on blowing snow likely late in the day Sunday into Sunday night as well. And again, the worst of this is going to be right in this corridor. Southern Alberta through southwestern Saskatchewan up into kind of east central southeast Saskatchewan. Blowing snow, heavy snow accumulations, and then bitterly cold air coming in on the backside. So this departs as we get into Monday. And then what do we have? Well, we've got these little systems coming around the backside. Just enough upper level disturbance here to kick off some snow showers across the region, likely during the day on Tuesday. And then we could see that snow shower activity lingering even into Wednesday. And then we've got next system coming in across the Pacific Northwest that could bring some snow either into our region or just west of our region as we get into next weekend. So here we go. European Ensemble, one more glance at those snow totals. Again, understanding that this is a computer model's estimation and it's not going to get it right down to the 1/10 of an inch, but we're seeing great consistency in the area of the heaviest snow. And again, this is where we already have winter storm watches in effect. We're talking about 15 to 35 centimeters of snow, potentially up to 40 in some of the higher total areas. And this comes with strong winds out of the north-northeast as we get later into the day on Sunday into Sunday night. So a very problematic winter storm on hand here for portions of the Prairie. Of course, the ones excluded here where it'll be on the warm side over in southern Manitoba. So again, we'll look at those temperatures. We're going to see the coldest air associated with this making its way in Tuesday and Wednesday. Let's just jump to the 10-day temperature forecast. Again, Dropping back down, a high of 0 tomorrow, keeping things below or near freezing over the next 5 days here. Medicine Hat, similar conditions. And again, this is going to be accompanied by heavy snow and strong winds out of the north-northeast. Here in Saskatoon, those highs will be anywhere from 5 below to minus 15 as we head into next week. And again, this is going to be made worse by some of the snow on the ground here. Some of that thick snowpack just works as a literal layer of ice on the ground there. So we'll be dealing with some bitterly cold temperatures early next week with a lot of snow on the ground, absolutely pivoting straight into a very wintry scene across much of the prairie. Winnipeg, big questions here for that high on Sunday. How far north does the warm front lift? We've got opportunities here to climb into the teens on Sunday in Winnipeg, but you could also end up as low as 5 or 6 degrees there if that warm front doesn't truly lift. So we'll call it something like 10, maybe right in the middle there. But certainly you could climb up to around 12 degrees, but don't be surprised on Sunday, Winnipeg, if you struggle to hit that 12-degree high, and then don't be surprised by what follows, a drop into the sub-freezing category. So there you have it. I hope you have a wonderful weekend. Send me all your snow photos if you get them there to my email or contact with me on social media. I want to see it. And then if it's cool with you, I'll share that with the forecast on Monday morning as we wake up to a very wintry scene across much of the Canadian prairie.